physics is information theoretic,
Right.
and they have root access to the
Yes.
code.
But also, they see that all of a sudden there's no PVC, there's no duct tape left. And this camera that's no longer providing footage is damaged, and it's no longer being held together on the pole properly. Well, the interval in the frame rate of the camera that was observing the damaged camera was something like, I forget, but less than 2 minutes, like a minute and a half, something like that. And in that time frame, somehow somebody cut the wires of that camera and pulled all of the duct tape off the pole. Okay? Now imagine what a task this would be. Big pole, camera at the end of it, all these wires, you have to cut them all and then pull all the duct tape off, right? In like a minute and a half or something like that. And moreover, there were cattle around this pole, and none of them were disturbed by whatever it is that came and managed this feat in such a time frame. Okay, so what does that look like? That looks like our world is a movie, and somebody cut into the movie film. And somebody, cut into the film and like restitched it, right? And what it suggests is that our world is a subset of some larger domain. And that there are people who can interfere in this world as if it's a programmed construct.
Yeah, like physics is information theoretic,
Right.
and they have root access to the
Yes.
code.
And now, and this is, in my chapter on the end of reality and Prometheism, now we're reaching that capability ourselves, where we're starting to understand how to develop simulacra that are potentially indistinguishable from reality. And Keel reports on cases where people heard numbers being spoken at them from out of television sets and things that make you think of like The Matrix and Dark City and so on and so forth. Whereas if like every person has a number and we're inside some kind of a construct.
Yeah, or like the first cryptographers, like Trithemius, 13th century, it was like always like cryptography in order to speak to these sort of angelic beings or something, or even, John Dee, Edward Kelly, like those guys as well.
In any case, we are catching up in our modern scientific understanding to, the kind of knowledge that would be required to engineer a simulacrum or to recode the world in order to develop a world within a world.